everybody, this is Christine with Coco Daisy, and I'm going to share with you a couple of layouts that I created using our Traveler's Notebook Kit with the Wonderland collection. That is our collection for February. And of course, if you get the Traveler's Notebook kit, you get the Simple Daisy included in that. Makes it super, super easy to add a bunch of layouts and stories all in a booklet form. And you can keep it in the booklet like I do here, like I'm showing here, or you can cut these apart and punch holes and do a ring bound system as well. So there is always that option. So the first layout that I have here is a picture of our three little puppies. And I loved the tones in this, the colors in this photograph with this particular paper. I thought it went really, really well. And because I'm kind of telling a story, it worked. I knew I wanted to use this particular rub-on. So again, it's carrying over that same kind of type feel, the fonts and the book paper feel. So I felt like that all worked really, really well. I also knew I wanted to use one of the little envelopes. Remember, these will come flat. You'll need to score them and fold them, and they turn into little envelopes. So I knew I wanted to do all that. I printed the photo a little bit larger, and then I just kind of sat because I wasn't sure what I wanted to add. I knew I wanted the title to be Puppy Love, but I needed something to kind of create a background with this photograph. I didn't want to do just random hearts. I wanted to highlight the word love a little bit, so I was trying to figure out what to do. Then I had an idea. I took one of the backer cards from the packaging, always a good way to reuse and recycle. I punched a heart from it, and then not the glossy side, but the other side, just because I didn't want to worry about smearing ink all over as I was doing it, because I can get kind of messy when I stamp. So I used just a teeny bit of adhesive, and before I put anything else down on this page, I laid down this heart. And then what I did, and I'll have, if you check out my Instagram, I don't know when I'll post it, but I did do a little process video of this, so you'll get an idea and you can watch exactly how I did it. But I laid this down, and then I took these two stamps, the larger heart and then the little stamp with the three smaller hearts. And all you do is you just keep stamping over and over and over and building that up. You stamp some of them twice, you stamp some of them fully inked, and it creates that negative space when you pull it away. You can do that with just about any dense image or even type. I've done it before with type, and you keep layering and layering and layering, and as you go out, you'll see some of the type, but then you won't, and it creates this layered effect, and you can create a negative with that. You could do that with the key here. You could do it with this little branch design as well. So it's kind of a fun way to use it. I just used stamping ink. Another thing that you could do if you didn't want to use an image to stamp to create that negative is you could use a blending tool with the ink. If you don't have a fancy blending tool, a makeup sponge will work. Or I wouldn't use a cotton ball, that's not going to work, but you could use a makeup sponge. You could use one of the little makeup applicators with it. But there's a number of different kind of blending tools that you can use with ink. If you had spray ink, you could do the same idea as well. But it's a great way to use up, because this is a heavier material. It will kind of stay in place nice, and the ink won't bleed through. These backer cards are great to use for things like that. So I did that. I added a little bit of the stamping down here as well. I added one there. And then I put in my title. I added my photograph, the little rub-on, and then a few of the little enamel hearts. And then I went in and I added my journaling on 2 of the tags. And so I could tuck those in. And then the little pocket watch, which I just thought was kind of cute, that is actually adhered in there, so that won't come out. So you can slide the journaling in there. You could add a little bit of string or something to the tags if you wanted to. So that's one of my layouts. And then I did another one. And that's what I love about the booklet. And then also when you have kind of themes like this and you're trying to think, what do they work with? And I loved this saying, and I loved what it talked about, surrounding yourself with people who make your heart smile. And I knew exactly what picture I wanted to use then. I wanted to use a picture of our friends. And I just thought that that was so perfect with that saying. And I didn't want to add much on here. I liked the black and white. I played around. First I put a little washi of the black washi tape. I didn't like that. I ended up taking it out. I tried black washi tape behind the photograph because of the black in the picture. I didn't like that. So sometimes it does take a little bit of playing around with the patterns to find what you like. I ended up using the Harlequin or diamond pattern. It pulled out the red really well in the picture, and I thought it complemented it. But to kind of try and carry these together, I did add the red hearts on here to get some of that red over on this page as well. I added the little I love this part die cut, a little rub on, just to kind of break up the pattern a little bit and add a little bit more to this embellishment cluster here. I took one of the tags that has these little twins because I just thought that that again fit with the theme of the story we're telling. And then the welcome to Wonderland, and that's referenced there. And then I just added my journaling. And the way that I add the journaling is I print it on sticker paper, and it makes it easy then to position and to put it where you want it without having to run these through the printer. So it makes it real simple. And just added that little bit of journaling. I may go back and add a string to this just for a little bit more texture. I'm not sure. But I really, really like how that turned out. The focus is on the photograph, and I think it carries the idea of that quote really, really well. So that is a look at the other layout that I created. There's tons and tons in here, so much more. I have a lot left, so I can just keep going and make all kinds of great layouts. And again, you can use these as like for a whole month or a particular event, or sometimes what I do if I don't end up filling one is I will cut these pages out and I'll just put them all in one big album. That's kind of my idea as I go through the year. So I hope you are enjoying this collection, and I hope this has given you some ideas on how to use the Traveler's Notebook Kit.